As empath, intuitive, or highly sensitive soul, it is so important that you make self-care a high priority in order to prevent any burnout. Because as empath and highly sensitive souls and intuitives, we pick up so much on a collective level. We pick up energies from all these different people, from the cosmos, and if there's something going on a collective level, we tend to pick that up. And it is of utmost important that we have some sort of self-care protocol to really take care of ourselves. And if you often find yourself feeling burned out, overwhelmed, and really just sluggish, then this video is for you. Because in this video, I want to share with you 7 powerful tips to help you stay grounded, centered, and also in balance to prevent any burnout. And you may be wondering, well, why is self-care really so important for empath and highly sensitive souls and intuitives? You see, the thing is, we can often get overwhelmed emotionally, physically, mentally, and it affects us on all levels. When we pick up so much from, like I said, we pick up stuff from different people, even people that you're not even around. I mean, you just need to go to the store, and if there are a lot of people in there that are just negative and they're just not feeling all right, you pick up that stuff as well. So if you're feeling challenged to go to the store, that's because you're very, very sensitive, right? And you're picking that stuff up, and if you're not learning how to really take care of yourself, you're holding on to those things. Or let's say you have a friend or a loved one that comes to you because they're going through a really, really tough time. Maybe they're going through a divorce, or they just lost their job, or something that really, really affects them negatively. Well, when they come to you for comfort, now of course you want to help them. However, if you don't take care of yourself, then afterwards it's easy to take on their stuff and then you keep it. Eventually it becomes yours, and then it can cause different problems in your own life. And of course it also affects you with being drained and being overwhelmed and just frustrated, just not feeling good. But that's just with people. But then also if there's a lot of energies happening, like if there's like something happening on a collective level, on an energetic level, what we do pick up on that as well. So that's why self-care is really so important. Because we can't just constantly give to others without giving to ourselves. And we do require, and we may even require more downtime than other people who are not sensitive, who are not empath, who are not intuitives, because like I said, we are picking up way too much. And we do need time, that downtime for self-care, for replenishing ourselves, for basically recharging our batteries so we can then go give again. Because if we are running on empty, if we're close to burning out, well, that affects our health, it affects our relationships, that affects everything. And then you can't do the work you're here to do and be the light for other people if your light is just very, very dim because you just totally burned out. And one of the things that also self-care also equals self-love. It's an act of self-love. When you really take care of yourself, when you're listening to your body, when you're taking that downtime whenever you need it, that is an act of self-love. It also helps you to stay healthy. It helps you to stay motivated, inspired, and also in a higher vibration. So basically it helps you to keep shining your light. And that's really what is important. So you can keep shining your light for yourself, for the world, for everyone involved. And I have a video for you. If you're feeling very challenged being around other people, I have a video in the description below. It's about how to protect your energy as an empath, as a highly sensitive soul, because there are certain things that you can do. So going out in public, being around other people, especially negative people, let's say you have a job that is really toxic or whatnot, or going to the store is very, very challenging for you, or even just being around certain people is challenging for you, definitely check out that video so you know how to protect yourself. But like in this video, I want to share with you 7 tips around self-care to prevent burnout. And the first tip here is meditate either daily or often. I cannot tell you how powerful meditation is. And it doesn't require you to meditate for like an hour or anything like that. Even just meditating for 5, 10, 15 minutes can sometimes be enough to basically get back to center, to ground yourself, to balance yourself again, because it's really being present in the moment. And if you can meditate daily, maybe start like a daily morning meditation practice. That also helps you set up the day completely differently than you just starting your day and like all hectic and whatnot. So when you start the morning with a nice maybe 10-15 minute meditation that sets up your day to run much smoother, because you're starting the day with a completely different energy as well, a different frequency. And whenever you're having a bad day, maybe meditate a little bit more. I cannot tell you, when there are really a lot of energies going on and I feel very overwhelmed, I often meditate twice. There was even sometimes I meditate 3 times, because I really needed that. Because when you meditate, you really get back to center. You're getting grounded. You're getting present into the here and now. You can also pull back your energies and really get mindful again. You can tune out your ego, all that busy chatter. You can tune in and truly connect and realign to your inner self, your higher self, to source, the source that's within you. So meditation is the first tip that I highly recommend. Make this part of your self-care protocol to meditate, whether it's daily or at least often. Then the second tip here is daily grounding, cord cutting, and cleansing. What I mean with that is, like, when you're going somewhere, like I said, you're picking up a lot of stuff, right? And it's not yours to keep, so you can let it go, you can release it. So one thing that you can do is for the cleansing and the cord cutting and the grounding is cleansing. What you can do is, for one, I like to put my feet on the ground, really connect deeply with Mother Earth. Really be grounded in the here and now, even feeling myself heavy on, let's say, the chair, or I don't usually do it laying down because then I might fall asleep. So usually I do it sitting down, or maybe sometimes standing up as well. Really ground myself deeply into Mother Earth. I can feel my feet really, getting warm and really feeling connected. So that's one thing, like the grounding, really feeling yourself deep and heavy into, connected with Mother Earth. Then for the cleansing, you can pull up the energy from Mother Earth to cleanse you, to replenish you from down below. Then I like to connect with Father Sky up above and really bring down the energy, like washing away, and that's also the cleansing part, washing away anything that doesn't serve me, anything that doesn't need to be here, and also replenish me from up above. So I'm really standing in the middle. From down below, the energy is coming up above, energy is coming down, really filling me up, washing away anything that doesn't need to be here. Then for the cord cutting, I like to call forth Archangel Michael, and I ask him to please cut away any cords that are not mine, anything that doesn't serve me, anything that is outdated, anything that is not ready to be released. And I ask him to use a sword of light to cut away those cords. And I just stay in this energy for a little bit to really bring up that energy from up above, or from down below and up above, until I feel like, okay, now my cup is full again. Now I am replenished. My battery is full again. That's the second tip, to doing that daily, especially like, let's say your job is very toxic and you come home in the evening, you're just like, I feel so groggy, feel exhausted and just, cranky or whatnot. Definitely do that cord cutting, because you want to leave everything that was at work, you want to leave that behind. You don't want to bring it at home. You don't want to take that with you, right? So cut the cords. You can even do it before you even get back home. Don't even bring it into your house. You do it in the car or on your way home. Do that to take a couple moments. I mean, you can get into your car and just do this real quick in the car before you even go home. Or let's say you go into the store and the energies in there is very, like, I, for example, don't go to the store when it's really busy. I go during times when there are barely any people there, or maybe during the day when people are usually at work. That's when I usually go to the store, or I actually also do the delivery, Walmart delivery, so I don't have to go to the store, especially during busy times, because I know for myself it is very intense. But if you don't have the luxury to do that, when you then come home, make sure you do the cleansing, the clearing, the cord cutting, to really let go of what is not yours. Because like I said, it's not yours, so why would you want to keep it, right? And then the third tip is connect with Mother Nature a little bit more. Go outside more to really connect with Mother Nature. Something that you can do is just maybe go to a park, or if you have a backyard or a balcony or whatnot, go outside. If it's too hot during the day, maybe do it in the morning before it's getting too hot, or in the evening when it's already cooling down a little bit, and just really sit. And one thing I like to do is I just sit, I close my eyes, I get grounded, and I really open myself up to the energies around me, and I listen to the birds, I listen to the surrounding noises, and I really just connect to the energy of Mother Earth, and just allowing the energies to really wash over me, because it is so refreshing. Now, I actually love working in my yard. I mean, I always have like different projects that I'm doing in my backyard and beautifying my backyard. But for me, it's like, because when I work with the ground, with the earth, when I plant stuff or whatnot, I'm really deeply connected, and it really feels so amazing. So for me, I love being outside. But I want to invite you to is see if you can go outside more, where you can really connect with Mother Earth, even if it's just sitting in the park and really just letting the energies, letting the trees, if you have trees, letting the grass, let it all speak to you. Let it replenish, because then when you're connecting with Mother Earth, you're not just connecting to the ground, but you're connecting with all of the energies all around you, the trees, the birds, the animals, the air, and everything. So I found for myself, I love being outside. So maybe try that too, especially on days when you're really feeling extremely burned out. Take yourself outside. Just go outside and breathe in the air, and just connect to the energy. It is such a beautiful thing, and it's definitely replenishing. Then the fourth tip here is move your body, because when we take on all these energies, well, the energy stays within us, right? We kind of gotta get rid of it. So when you move, whether it is doing gentle stretching, going for a walk, doing yoga, you don't have to do a full-blown high intense exercise program. You don't have to do that. Just gentle walks, gentle stretches, anything that moves your body is perfect. I mean, if you do like yoga, go for that. But do something, or even if you do like going to the gym and lift heavy weights, or go on a treadmill and run like a couple of miles, perfectly fine. It's about moving your body, but doing it with intention. Because you can do the exercise and just go for a walk without putting the intention behind it. But if you're actually putting the intention behind it as you are moving, you're releasing the energy. With every time you may be lifting something, or maybe going for a walk, or doing the stretch or anything like that, with every move you make, you're releasing the excess energy, the negative energy, the stuff that is not yours. Because you want to be in movement, right? Because then the energy flows. If you're just always sitting, if you have a job, for example, where you're sitting a lot, like myself, right? The energy can become stagnant, where you then just feel blah most of the time, because the energy is just stuck. Think of it like that. I'm getting the image of murky water, right? Like the water is just like all dirty and stuff, right? I mean, eventually the dirt kind of settles down at the bottom, and the top looks clear. But as soon as you disturb that water, the water gets all dirty again, right? And that's kind of like the same thing. So you want to release the excess energy that is not yours, and you can do that by movement, by doing it intentionally, like really putting the intention behind it. As I'm doing this exercise, as I'm going for a walk right now, I'm doing this with the intention to remove any energy that is not mine, to move the energy in my body, to bring some newness in there, to bring that flow within your system. And of course, it's also a great way to really release any stuck energy that has been kind of stuck for a while. Then the fifth tip here is maybe take a bubble bath, or do something to really pamper yourself. Now, okay, guys, you guys may not want to do a bubble bath, but then maybe find something that really helps you to really pamper yourself. Because, men and women alike, we all deserve to be pampered. We all deserve to do something that really makes us feel good. Because it's then when we're feeling good, we're shifting in a different energy. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed or anything like that, take some time to pamper yourself. Do something that really feels good. But then the sixth tip here is get away for a couple of days maybe, or even if it's just one day. Do a little mini retreat for yourself. This is so beautiful when you can just get away from everything. Right? You don't see anything, you don't hear anything. Maybe even leave your phone and your computer at home, or maybe take it with you, but don't touch it for a little while. Maybe do it a half a day or an entire day, or if you can, maybe get away for a couple of days. Maybe go in a hotel or somewhere, wherever you want to go, where you can be alone, where you can go within, where you can really be there just with yourself. Maybe do some journaling, do some writing, do some releasing. Like really take that time for yourself. where you work on stuff that is important for you to release, to let go of. And of course, also time to really go within. We often don't do that, right? We often just constantly go, 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 and we ignore that we may need some time because, well, we have responsibilities, right? I mean, who doesn't have responsibility, right? Well, maybe if you're a kid, you don't. But even then, you have chores. But there's always a responsibility hanging overhead that, no, you can't do that right now because you got to do this, and that. You got to go to work. You got to take care of this. You can't take time off, right? But here I want to invite you, if you can't take a couple of days off, maybe do like half a day where you really just completely unplug. Don't go on social media, don't check your emails, let the phone go to voicemail if someone calls you, maybe put it on silence or maybe even turn it off so you won't be tempted. And maybe then just go somewhere where you can be undisturbed. Or if you want to stay at home, perfectly fine, but then don't do any housework or anything like that, but really take that time, a few hours, to be with yourself, to meditate, to cleanse, to clear, to write in your journal, to do something that really replenishes you. If you can do that maybe once a month, like a half a day or a day where you really take yourself, just go somewhere where you can be undisturbed, that is highly beneficial. And then maybe every 3 months or whatnot, get away for a couple of days. Maybe like do a 3-day weekend or a 3-day kind of mini retreat or something like that. That is so powerful. And then the 7th and final tip here is that daily you want to take some me time. Okay, time where you can be for yourself. Make it really a priority, whether it's in the morning for your morning routine or in the evening when you come back from work or whenever. But where you take time, it can be 30 minutes, it can be an hour, it can be longer, completely up to you. But where you really unplug during that time, where you gift yourself that time. Yes, I said gift. You're not just giving it to you, it's a gift to yourself. Because when you gift yourself that time, you're really replenishing yourself. You're taking care of yourself, where you're gonna really unplug from the world. If you have loved ones, just tell them, look, it's my time right now. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room. Please do not disturb me. Unless there's like an emergency, don't disturb me. Let them know that this is your time where you truly can go within and do what you feel called to. Kind of like that mini retreat. So even if it's just 15 minutes in case you can't do more, or 30 minutes or an hour, take some time for yourself. This is so important because you don't want to burn out. Believe me, if you keep pushing and grinding, and I know we're being taught that, well, if you don't work, you're not moving forward. But that's actually not of truth. Because when you take a step back and you really take care of yourself, yes, you're not actually doing work, but you're doing work internally. Because if you are not at 100%, if you are not okay, if you're burned out, what good are you then to the loved ones in your life, the people that you're here to serve, or you just yourself? You're not going to do yourself or anyone a favor if you're burned out. So make self-care a high priority in your life for yourself, because if you are an empath, an intuitive, a highly sensitive soul, which I'm assuming if you're still listening, you are, then you need time for yourself. You need time to replenish yourself, to get back to center, to get back in alignment, and to really basically recharge yourself. Now I also have a playlist that I want to invite you to check out. It's about the empath survival tips. I have a bunch of videos in there to really help empath to not get overwhelmed being an empath, because there's so much that comes with being an empath and a highly sensitive soul. So I have a bunch of videos there in that playlist. It's in the description below if you want to check that out. If you need some more help, really dealing with or, embracing being an empath, because I truly believe being an empath is beautiful. It is powerful, but it does come with some not so nice side effects that if you don't really know how to handle that, how to deal with it, how to really work with what's going on, it can really be very challenging for you. So check it out. It's in the description below. But here you go. You have the 7 tips. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. Maybe leave a comment below. Let me know Which one of those tips are you already doing? Which one are you maybe starting to then implement if you haven't already been doing it? Or what other things are you doing to really help yourself prevent any burnout, to really stay centered, grounded, and in alignment so you can really continue doing your work? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now be sure to check out this next video about how to protect your energy as an empath, so you really know what to do to really protect yourself. I think you're going to love it. It's definitely going to be beneficial for you. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.